You are listening to Blue Please here on CynicalBrit.com with myself, Total Biscuit. Okay, so, what are we talking about? I shall tell you what we're talking about. Some people ask why I don't speak in my native Geordie accent. I sort of alternate, really, between Geordie-ish and Scottish, and say, what are you talking about, you bloody... It just doesn't work. Not in a broadcast environment. Not in a broadcast environment, like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we can quit that. Thank you. Stop it. Funnily enough, I went into Newcastle a few days ago now, because I wanted to go spend some money, so I went and I said, I'm going to go get my PlayStation Move. Go give it a try. So I went into Game Station, wandered around a bit, went to the counter, and they were just talking away, and there was a customer and the manager and one of the sales reps, and they were chatting away, and I heard the words 23 gold mentioned. So I'm like, okay, so I ask, well, how much is this, and they're just doing some price checks for me on the stuff that I want, and I turned to the guy at the counter and says, oh, so it sounds like you play WoW there, I heard you talking about gold. Like, yeah, I play WoW, and the manager... It's like, oh yeah, play WoW all the time. I'm like, oh, so you've heard about Cataclysm then? It's like, oh yeah, I know everything about Cataclysm. Like, oh, so you watch videos? Yeah, absolutely. I watch all the videos. I don't, there's nothing that I don't know about Cataclysm. And he then turns around and asks me, so, do you watch WoW videos as well? I was like, well, I watch WoW videos from time to time, yeah. I said, oh, do you watch Total Biscuits videos? And at that point, there's just this evil, horrendous grin spreading across my face, and he's staring at me sort of sideways, looking a little bit quizzical, and then I burst out into fits of laughter, and I almost fall over. I was sort of resting my arm on the counter to make sure that I don't collapse in fits of laughter all over the floor. And I was like, what are you doing? And I just pull a business card out and hand this thing to him. He's looking at it for about 5 seconds, looks back at me, looks at it again, and he's like, you're Total Biscuit? Like, yeah. Like, you don't sound like Total Biscuit. I was like, you really think I talk like that in real life? But I mean, you think I could talk like that in Newcastle? I get bottled! You can't be serious! Oh, dear. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. So, big shout out to the guy at Game Station who then gave me a 30% discount on everything. It was pretty pro. I was a big fan of that. Oh, anyway. Let's continue, shall we? I don't even know what I was actually saying there. What was my point? Did I have a point? No. Oh, yes, I was talking about accent. Okay. Right, let's get back on topic, shall we? Topic. Okay. We're going to be talking about quitting. I can quit anytime I want. I just don't want to. Well, I quit all the time. All the freaking time. Why do I quit all the time, you might ask? Well, it's mostly because I don't like wasting time on things that are not fun. That's a revelation, I know. Just savor that for a second. It's a brand new philosophy that none of you will have ever come across before. I don't play things that I don't enjoy. Unless I'm reviewing them. Like, say, Axel and Pixel. But usually, I will not post things that and indeed play things that I don't enjoy. So I quit. Every time I run into a situation where I'm not regularly enjoying the game and I don't think I'm getting my money's worth, I just quit. I unsub. And then when something happens that makes me want to come back again, like, say, new raid content, or a change of something that really annoyed me or whatever, I'll come back. And I'll resub. And then I unsub and I resub, and I'm only subbed, generally, with the exception of the past year where I've been on a year's sub, which was an incredibly stupid thing to do, I might add. That said, I got it, from Blizzard. So, whatever the case, I am not subbed otherwise. I'm just on a month-to-month sub, and I will just cancel it if I'm sick of it. So, why do I do that? I know of people that don't do that and will actually soldier through this stuff, even though they hate it, because they want to get their money's worth. And a lot of those people, I don't think, really understand the concept of being a gamer. And to me, being a gamer is appreciating an large selection of different games. I mean, what have I played today? So in between doing some video editing, I played a little bit of the beta, obviously. I played some Dead Rising 2, I played some Ruse. I did about half an hour Civ 5. I played a lot of League of Legends. Got about 5 or 6 games of that in. So, yeah, it's been a fairly productive Sunday in terms of gaming. And later on, I'm going to play some Battle Realms for a video. And in between all of that, why would I play WoW if I wasn't enjoying it? Maybe it's just people that only have WoW and they don't have any other games. And maybe they can't afford it, which is cool. You know, I'm not going to judge. If you don't have a lot of money, then WoW is actually a very effective way of spending your time, in terms of your spare time at any rate. Because there's a lot of other way more expensive hobbies. And even if you bought the cheapest possible DVDs, think about it. You know, if I went to Asda and spent, say, £3 on... what have I got? Something down here. I had it anyway. Whatever. Yeah, I've got a copy of Body of Lies that I bought for £3, and I intend to watch that. And I think, okay, so how much value am I getting out of Body of Lies? Because Body of Lies is a 2-hour movie, so I'm getting £1.50 per hour. It's not bad in comparison to, say, if I were to go to the cinema and didn't have my crazy ass unlimited card, I would be paying, what, £3 to £4 an hour, most likely, for most movies? So, yeah, actually, WoW is incredibly cheap. You're paying $8.99 a month. Pounds, yeah? So that's the cost of 3 cheapo DVDs, which will get you about 6 hours worth of enjoyment. So if you're getting more than that, then you're getting better value than you would be out of cheapo DVDs. Assuming you're enjoying yourself. So yeah, as I say, WoW is great for spending your free time in. Really, really good. However, if I don't enjoy the time I spend in a game, I stop playing the game and go and play a different game. It's as simple as that. Would I prefer to do daily questing in WoW, or would I prefer to play a proper RPG? Answer, I would play a proper RPG. To me, stuff like daily quests in WoW turns WoW into a chore rather than an actual game, and there's a reason I only log in for raids, because raiding is what I want to do, and that's where I get the enjoyment out of the game, and everything else is boring to me, so I don't bother with it. Occasionally, you will get me to do a heroic, but generally speaking, it'll be with a fixed group that I already know, and we'll just be... You know, we'll be just talking on Ven while we do it, and we'll just be mucking about. Even then, though, what you'll generally find is that I would still rather be doing something else. I would. I would honestly rather be doing something else. So, quitting. Why did I quit on April the 19th? Let's have a look at my armory, shall we? There are a few reasons behind this. Armory.com. We look for Total Biscuit. We look at the number of people that are now imitating Total Biscuit. The real Total Biscuit is oddly enough not even at the top of the list, which is ridiculous. Apparently some level 80 shaman, Draenei, in the guild Sinister on the realm Aeonar. He's a faker. So yes, if you see a Draenei shaman on Aeonar from the guild Sinister running around with my name, it is not me. It is some kind of evil, horrendous fake. There was also a Blood Elf mage, like I would ever play a Blood Elf. Guildless, I might add, on Lightning's Blade with my name. How many level 80s are there with my name? There's only 3, so that's fairly good. And then there's 25 others that aren't level 80. Now, the one that is me, of course, is on Anchorage in the Trollface.jpg guild. Troll Mage. Horde side, needless to say. Let's have a look at me, shall we? Let's go and have a look at some achievements. You'll see recent activity. Recent activity is what you need to be looking at. That's the important thing. The 19th of April is the last time that I raided on live. We killed Valithria Dreamwalker. We killed Putricide that day. We killed... Hell, we killed a whole bunch of stuff, didn't we? Why the hell did we run... Why did we go there? We must have been gearing someone up or just getting badges or something, because for some reason I was in TOC 10, and I don't know why I would be in TOC 10. Horrible instance that it is. So you see the kills there, Festigut, Rotface, Valithria, yeah, Blood Queen, blah blah blah. And you don't see a Syndragoza. And there's a reason why you don't see a Syndragoza, because we had 2 members of our raid that constantly lagged at Syndragoza, which made actually doing it impossible. Yeah, it was very annoying. You know, when you lose 2 of you guys to, say, a Frost Orb, because your entire group is lagging and they're on like 2 FPS, because of whatever spell effects were in there caused massive FPS problems, then yeah, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? And we just stopped. But the thing is, by that point, we were very, very bored anyway. This is what comes of raid burnout. Now, 19th of April was when I last raided. When exactly did ICC come out? Icecrown Citadel, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go find out, shall we? Let's take a little bit of a field trip over to WoW Wiki. Icecrown Citadel came out in December 8th, 2009. So I quit over 5 months after that instance had been released. And I started raiding it on the day that it came out. Okay. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? So I was stuck in the same instance for 5 months. Right. Because there was nothing else to do. I mean, by that point, we all had our tier 9 anyway. So the only thing to do was to go to Icecrown Citadel. So we hit up Icecrown Citadel, and we said, hey, this is cool, this is cool. And for the first month and a bit, it kind of was. Well, some fairly entertaining bosses before they nerfed the crap out of all of them. It was pretty good. So we went in there, and then after 5 months of it, how do you think we felt? How did you feel? Let me ask you that. How do you feel after 5 months of Icecrown? Now consider that that was 6 months ago. Indeed. 11 months. Unbelievable. So, did you feel burned out? Because I know I did. There's always got to be a choice and an alternative, in my opinion. Because if there isn't, then you get burned out and seeing the same content week in, week out. Which is why, I might add, the entire idea of a single dungeon per tier is a absolute disaster. It's a complete and utter failure in every way that I can possibly think of. It is a total mess. Nobody wants to do the same dungeon for 5 months, let alone 10. You cannot be serious. Nobody wants to do that. It's absurd. It's the same bosses, the same bloody sounds, the same trash, the same scenery for 10 months. That's... no. Nobody plays a game and sees the same thing week in, week out for that long. I'm sorry, it just doesn't happen. I can't think of a game that I would willingly play like that. Because at least in, say, a single-player RPG, you could go somewhere else. And you probably wouldn't be spending 10 months on a single-player RPG anyway. Just pure multiplayer games like, say, Dota or Horn or League of Legends or Team Fortress 2 and stuff like that. Well, that's different because it's a player versus player environment. And there's always new maps and stuff coming out for them anyway. There's always new content of some description. Why is it that we had to wait so bloody long? We got Halion, which was a one-boss dungeon. Massive care about Halion. That was it. After however many months. When the hell did Halion come out? Someone could tell me, no doubt. Although, they probably can't tell me before I can find it on WoW Wiki. At least I would if WoW Wiki wasn't lagging. I probably shouldn't have said go for a field trip to WoW Wiki because I think I broke it. Oh dear. Let's try Google. Halion. There we go. Aha. Implemented in patch 3.3.5. When did that come out? 22nd of June, 2010. So, it still took them, let's see, what? So it was 5 months when I quit in April. Yeah. So you're looking at about 6 to 7 months is how long it took them to release a one-boss dungeon. And that is still there and there's been nothing else in terms of raid content. Are you telling me that it's not right to want to quit at that point? Hell, I'm surprised they didn't quit sooner. And even if, let's just assume that my guild actually didn't have those 2 people that were lagging and causing us to wipe on Syndragoza. Let's assume that for a second. Would I still be in ICC today? Because I'm thinking no. I'm thinking we'd have killed Lich King, would have gone on, done some hard modes, and then we'd have got bored. Why? Because you get the same gear, it's the same bosses with a few bells and whistles attached to them, and I'm not saying they're not challenging, because they are, at least until they brought out that ridiculous buff. But we wouldn't have been in there after that much time. God, think of the possibility of this. Think about if you were stuck in Molten Core for 11 months. Think about the horror of that. Now applied to ICC. Oh, Lord. You would not want to do that. You know you wouldn't want to do that. You didn't do it at the start in Tier 7. For God's sake, when did Ulduar come out, ladies and gentlemen? Let's compare that to the Wrath release date, which was in November. I've lagged it again, haven't I? Oh, God. Ulduar, folks. When did Ulduar come out? 3.1, which was in April of 14, 2009, which was 6 months after the release of Wrath. And you were sick of that as well. I quit about 2 months after the launch of Wrath, and I'm surprised I even got along that far, probably because I was really, really slow with leveling. 6 months of Naxxramas, over 6 months of ICC. That's why you quit. And you know what? It's Blizzard's damn responsibility. It's not your fault that you get bored and want to quit the game. If I am being provided a service and I am not entertained, then yeah, I should go look for another service. I don't know what Blizzard were thinking. I don't know what was going on at Blizzard's end to have those two massive, great, stonking delays, huge delays between pieces of major content, forcing people into dungeons they did not want to be in just to find some degree of meaning and entertainment and worth in their goddamn subscription fee. And, you know, it's actually really insidious as well, because you don't want to quit if you're in a guild. Why? Because it lets the rest of the guild down. So you actually kept playing the game by guilds. Hell, it's probably one of the reasons that Blizzard wants to encourage guild play again. I don't blame them. It's fine to encourage guild play. But I'm just saying that you stick around in the game because your friends are there and because your guild is there and they need you. They rely on you because some people do still want to do the content. And you feel bad because it then feels like a responsibility, like an albatross around your neck. And that's horrible. You never want to feel that way when you're playing a game. My name is Total Biscuit. You are listening to Blue Please here on CynicalBrit.com. We're back after the break to talk about what being a good player is. Assuming we know. Do we? Well, we shall find out, no doubt. In the meantime, I would like to know what being a good slayer is. I wonder who can tell me that. I can certainly think of somebody. Yes, indeed. Enjoy some war ensemble. Enjoy. So good I said it twice.